The SoCon preview show, head coach Carley Kuhns, coach, 6th year. It's got to feel good. You got things rolling. Tell us a little bit about what you're excited about this season.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I mean, I can't use the excuse at Samford anymore that I'm new. I'm like I've passed that 5-year plan, and so I can't really use that excuse that I'm new anymore. But I feel like we've got a really good gauge and feel for now, kind of how we want to move this program forward, the type of players that we want to have in here, the type of people first of all, and then players. And I'm really excited about this group this year. I think we've got the right people first. People who are kind of bought into what we're doing here, bought into the culture, bought into the kind of the vision that we have here, and then obviously talented players too. We're returning a really solid core. Returning the freshman of the year, Kennedy Langham. I think one of the best defensive players in our league, Emily Bowman. She was, most of the season spent in the top 10 in block shots. And then steady sets and a really good shooter. So three of those that started for us last year. And I think we did a pretty good job of sprinkling in different. I think we did a really good job of balancing our roster this year and adding what we were really lacking last year. And yeah, I'm just excited about this group.
So I love the SoCon because it's a basketball league, right? And we're basketball people. So we get what that means. When I say that to you, what does it mean to you when I say SoCon's all basketball?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what I appreciate of us, we haven't had any change. We have teams that want to be in this league. We have schools that want to be in this league, and people are excited about basketball. I love our conference tournament. I think the Asheville supports the tournament. It just is it's a really good basketball feel, and the men obviously drive that and have incredible traction with that. And then I think we're following behind. And yeah, like you said, people love basketball in the SoCon.
Tell us a little bit about style of play. Like, what will we see with a veteran group coming back? You've got a lot of upperclassmen. I think it's 8 seniors, if I counted right, or 8 upperclassmen, juniors and seniors. That makes you an older team in today's climate. How does that benefit what you want to do?
I think we're trying to give more freedom to our team this year. We really want to play a little bit faster. We have played the ball in transition heavily in the past, but really giving our team more freedom to play and not so structured in transition. So really get out and running. Can we score within the first 12 seconds of the shot clock? And if not, we run a very heavy motion ball screen offense with lots of options, which I think is really beneficial to an older team because you give them the freedom. They're not so robotic. They know how to play. They've watched basketball for 4 or 5. We've got players that have played for 6 years. We brought back a player that played for us and has sat for 2 years. And so she's really old. But you just have mature kids who have watched basketball and just have a better feel and have played within our system now for multiple years. And to me, when you play kind of a free flowing offense, you need the players that have played multiple years. By year 3 is when they really get it. And so, I just think it'll allow us to just let them not have to sit there and call sets every single time down the floor, but just to get to play basketball. And as a basketball player, I think that's fun because you just get the freedom to just play.
I mean, you hit it fast, free, upperclassmen that know what you want to do. You don't have to script everything. Most of offense is unscripted today anyway because of the positionless way the game is played. When you start looking at preparing a team, a veteran team that has been through all your drills, that has done everything the way you wanted to do them, how do you keep this group focused and engaged so that you can take it to the next level?
I think this group honestly does that a lot on their own. One, they are motivated. I think we had kind of a down year last year, and anytime that happens, you just are, you should be internally motivated. We've got kids who have never won championships and want to win a championship before they leave. And so I think a lot of that is driven with our senior leadership and people that just are here and they want to win. And obviously, the preseason is long and it can be kind of a grind when you don't have a game to look forward to, when you don't have a game to prepare for. But I think my staff does a really good job of trying to keep practice fresh, doing different things, doing new drills, doing things that you just, we even change our warm up every day, doing something different, so just it feels fresh every day and it's not stale. And you're not doing the same thing over and over and over again. Try to keep practice fairly competitive. So you have just something to compete. You get that out every single day. And, but like I said, I think a lot of it is driven by those seniors who want an opportunity to win.
Carley, you've had so much success in this league. You've won a couple of titles. You won the tournament the year that we did not have an NCAA. That has got to feel like, in some ways, not getting a chance to put your product out on the highest level and stage, a little bit of a disappointment. but certainly not a setback because it's another building block for what you want to do and where you want to take these young women. Tell me what's so special about this group and some that haven't won championships, but you do have some on your roster that have won.
Yeah, I think that is what is special is that we have players that have done it, that know what it looks like, and that makes it easier because they know what it takes to get there. It's not just this, light at the end of the tunnel that they don't know how to really get there. Um, and so I think that that is one thing. I think this team really gets along really well, which in the years that I've had success, and it's not that they are all best friends and just spend, 24/7 together, but I think they have a common respect for each other and they like being around each other. And that just makes everything easier. It makes it, because adversity is going to hit, we're going to lose games, we're going to face injury, we're going to face things. And to me, if you like each other, that it just makes everything easier
Yeah.
to kind of to maneuver.
Well, that's the big white elephant in the room, right? For teams that play, there's always going to be some sort of adversity at some point, and then it's a matter of how you handle it moving forward. You got a big smile on your face. I know you love your team, and
Yeah, I do.
it's early, right? Everybody loves their team. You're going to still have this smile on your face in March if what happens?
Well, one, I want to stay healthy. Gone a couple years where we've been, faced some significant injury, and that's sometimes it's just hard to overcome. And obviously you want to put yourself in contention to win and put yourself in a position that's our goal. Can we put ourselves in position at the end of the season to be fighting for a championship? I'm not going to sit here and say we want to win every game we play. But I want our team to continue to get better. We do have a lot. I mean, we have some veterans, but we have a lot of new faces too. While they are seniors, they are new to our program. So it is going to be a learning curve. And we're really challenging this team in the non-conference. We've got a pretty difficult gauntlet ahead of us, and so to be able to stay together and know what our goal at the end of this is, and it's really to be in contention in March to be playing, on Sunday in Asheville.
This is a great coaches league, and one of the bright young coaches in this league is Carley Kuhns from Samford. Coach, good luck the rest of the year, and thanks for being on the preview show.
Thanks, Debbie. Appreciate your time with us.
Welcome to the preview show for the SoCon. Emily Bowman, the tallest player in the SoCon. Emily, what's your advantage there?
Yeah, a lot of advantages there. My bread and butter is kind of blocking shots and defense. That's where I like to get my confidence from. So just using my wingspan and, just trying to do what I can using my advantages for my team.
You're one of the top shot blockers in the country, and as one of the top shot blockers, let me ask you about your shot blocking technique, because some people block it for out of bounds for the highlights. Some block it into your transition game. What are you trying to do with a block shot?
It's hard sometimes to control it, but ideally I would want to block it to where like I could get the rebound and outlet it out. It doesn't always work out that way, but that's the goal.
Tell me a little bit about the experience at this club. You've got a group of players that are a little bit older on the college landscape. What's that been like in practice getting ready for the season?
Yeah, like Coach mentioned earlier, we have a girl that sat for 2 years and came back, and she's won a championship. So I feel like she really brings that fire to practice, and she knows what it takes. And yeah, we just have a lot of a lot of leadership and people that can just bring it every day and compete every day, which is really important for getting better.
Kennedy Langham is one of the top guards in the league. She was a freshman of the year last year. Give me a little bit about her scouting report that makes her so special.
Kennedy is one of the most shifty guards you'll ever see. She really is good at getting downhill. Her 3-point shot is really good too. So, it's kind of my job to set some good screens for her, get it going.
Is your game a pick and roll, pick and pop, short roll? Tell me a little bit about what you like to do off that ball screen action.
I love the roll. Get to the charge circle. That's the goal for me.
We got the right hook, we got the left hook, we got the whole skill set, right?
And
Yeah, Emily, you demand a double on the interior because you're so skilled around the rim. How do you prepare for that?
yeah, that's something I've been working on, being able to have that vision and make the right reads, knowing when to kick it out, when to go for the layup. So yeah, that'll be really big for us this year.
Coach talked about playing with a little bit more freedom, playing and trying to score within 12 seconds of the shot clock, playing faster. Did that change your conditioning? Because usually, if you're going to do that, your 6'5's got to be able to get up and down.
Yeah, the coaches have really challenged us this preseason with conditioning, and I'm really proud of us. We all stepped up to the challenge, and I think we're all in great shape right now. So I'm really excited for these first few games to get out there.
Emily, what is your favorite yet the worst conditioning drill that you have to do in the off season?
My least favorite is probably just suicides. They're the worst. They're the absolute worst.
Yeah. What did you do in the off season to add to your game?
Um, I worked a lot of like weird finishes, like maybe same foot, same hand finish, different things like that, just so I can be more efficient and finish better around the rim.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough knockout right there. 6'5" on the block in the SoCon. We wish you well, Emily. Thank you so much for being with us on the preview show. Welcome to the preview show. Last year's Freshman of the Year in the SoCon, Kennedy Langham. Kennedy, thanks for being with us. Kennedy, you got a lot of experience coming back, but you're considered an underclassman and a younger player. What's it like to play with those older players that know the system so well?
I think it's amazing playing with them. They help me grow in different ways that um, I probably wouldn't have expected, but because they've played here for so long or they've played college basketball, they can give me input or give me tips on like anything that I could do better or, just instill confidence in me throughout the games and stuff, practices and all that.
Kennedy, you are a player with a target on your back because everyone knows at the top of the scouting report they got to deal with you and they got to deal with Emily Bowman. What are a couple of things that you've added to your game so that you stay unguardable?
I think the biggest thing for me this off season was my 3-point percentages. So I've been in the gym, just going back to the basics, going back to my form and working my way out just so I can be as consistent as possible from the three.
One of the things that jumps out at me about your team is having Emily in the middle at 6'5" as the tallest player in the league. That is legitimate 6'5" around the rim. How does that benefit you as a point guard?
It's amazing having Bo by my side. On defense, if I get beat, I know that she's going to be there to help me out. Offensively, it's an easy bucket every time we get the ball in there to her. So Bo's great and the best teammate to have, really.
The Samford women's basketball program has been a program that has had a lot of success. They've won championships. Coach Kuhns has been a successful former coach of the year. What are some of the things about her system that you enjoy the most about playing in that system with this group of players?
I think the number one thing from Coach Carley is that she really loves her players and um, if she sees like you struggling, she'll come out and just give you a hand to like or an encouragement to let you know that everything's all right and to keep to keep your head held high. Don't be frustrated. Don't stress out about it. Um, but I feel like that goes with our team so well because as the season goes on, that's eventually how we'll start to play. Like, not we'll play free basketball. We won't stress about um, making a mistake and then having it carry over to the next play, but we can just move on and understand that it's just a basketball game.
What's it like to be on a team when everyone cares about the same thing, and that is trying to win a championship?
Yeah, that I think that's the biggest thing with playing here. That everyone just wants to win, and everyone is going to do whatever it takes to win, whether that's get in the gym extra or encourage your teammate. It's a really good environment to be around, and I feel like that's the stepping stone in order to win championships.
A lot of times the leadership of a team falls naturally on the point guard, but you're a sophomore playing with 8 upperclassmen. Does that necessarily mean that you have to lead, or is that a part of what you do and you're expected to do other things?
I think we can all be leaders on a team in our own different ways. So someone might be a leader for energy, someone might be a leader of pulling people aside and just helping them out. Somebody might be a leader of cheering for people, whatever like your job might be. I feel like we can all lead in different ways and it doesn't really matter if you're a sophomore or if you're a senior.
When you talk to Coach Carley, you talk to Emily or yourself, you can feel an infectious vibe about this group. a group that, as Coach Carley said, didn't have the same success last year that maybe they've had in the past. What would you say about what we should expect to see out of a team that is connected like you guys?
You can expect to see some great defense, some amazing communication, just high energy, fast playing. Um, so yeah, I think you can expect to see some exciting basketball this upcoming season.
That's the way you play the game when you play the game the right way, right? Yeah. Well, listen, Kennedy, we're pulling for you to have a great year. Thanks to you and Emily and Coach Carley for being with us on the preview show.
Thank you.